What's up, friends? Welcome back. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Danny Wexelman in for Steve Phillips alongside Xavier Scruggs. It is early out here on the West Coast in West Sacramento. In fact, it's 6:36 a.m. local time, my friends. And we're joined by a very special guest, the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, waking up early, Oli Marmol, with us now. Cardinals win big yesterday. Oli 6-4 over the Athletics. 24-17 is the record so far this season. Thank you for waking up. I owe you a coffee. I owe you. I know it. Thank you for joining us this morning.
No, you don't owe me a thing. How are we doing?
Yeah, you don't owe him anything, especially after last time we were on here together, Danny, during WBC, and he jumped on real quick to say that I big leagued him. So there was no context. There was no context. You jumped on the show for 1 second, and I didn't even get the rebuttal back and say what happened. Okay, so we're not going to do that. No, let me start here. Oli, me and you talked during spring training, and at that time, there wasn't quite an understanding who was going to be the leadoff hitter, at least consistently, for this team. Yeah. And we didn't know what Jordan Walker was going to bring to the table. So I think from a managerial perspective, I want to ask you, like, how much easier does it make it when you have now someone that you could circle in as a leadoff hitter every day, and the same thing going for the middle of the order?
It makes it so much easier, X. When you look at our lineup this year compared to other years, it's been nice to just be able to throw the same dude in that leadoff spot every day. And the meat of the order has been relatively the same all the way throughout as well. But it doesn't matter, man, whether we're facing a righty or lefty. JJ's been the leadoff guy, and he's done a really nice job of doing exactly that. He's consistent, not only with his skill set, but personality, and it's worked out really well for us.
The top of the order, Oli, I feel like, there was a little shuffle with Jordan Walker moving into the cleanup spot like a week ago. But the top of the order finds so many different ways to produce and inspire. And Ivan Herrera in particular, the last 23 games now, he's found a way to get on base. Jordan Walker's got his on-base streak going. What has stood out just about the top four in the lineup?
Man, just finding different ways to win. There's days where we hit homers. There's days where we have to manufacture runs, but those guys have been really consistent with their approach and just being a tough at bat. When you look at JJ at the top and the way he's able to control the strike zone, he does a really nice job. He can pop one out like he did yesterday. He can use the whole field. He can draw a walk. Herrera, same thing. He's done an incredible job of controlling the strike zone. Burley, that is the one thing he's consistent with, is just taking a professional at bat. And then what Jordan Walker has done this year has been incredible. Talk about number one prospect coming up. You feel that weight. In the last couple of years compared to this year, it's awesome to see him on a baseball field, having fun, smiling, enjoying the ability to compete with his teammates, and just he's putting together a really, really special year.
Just from your perspective and like your view and watching Jordan Walker on a daily basis and his swing, and hadn't seen what he'd done over the past couple of years, the biggest adjustments for you, what are you visually seeing, whether that be what he did at Driveline this offseason or what he's done with the Cardinals? What have you visually seen?
It's not one thing I can point to. I think it's several that have come together all at the right time. And when you look at the swing, there are some mechanical changes as far as his load and his hands coming down and pulling down and staying connected with his back shoulder, and his path being through the ball and not in and out of the zone or too steep where the ground ball rates through the roof. But another thing I'd point to, man, the level of preparation has been incredible. And this dates back to the last part of last year. Just him being in that video room, truly understanding, man, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Who am I facing today? What are their strengths and weaknesses? How can I layer that on top of each other? How am I going to be attacked? And then truly understanding every arm in that bullpen, so that when it's the 6th, 7th inning, I'm not surprised by anything. I understand how they're going to try to attack me. Where do they go for chase? How does that play into where I chase? And he has a next level of preparation when it comes to that part. So I think the combination of those two things is what's allowing for this success. So when people ask me, man, what's going on with Jordan Walker? Is it real? Yeah, it's real, because there's a real process to him now, and some real changes to the swing. So I absolutely love where he's at.
A lot of swag too. He's got a lot of confidence at the plate that you see in all little moments. We're catching up with Cardinals manager Oli Marmol. The Cards 24-17 to start the season. You talk about prep. I want to take it one step further with the staff that you have. Brant Brown offensively leading the way. Brandon Allen, Casey Chenoweth, who has been so important and impactful to some of those younger guys in the lineup. What can you say about the work ethic of your staff to prepare your young team every day?
It's what makes it fun. I love my staff, and they do an incredible job, man. Everyone has a certain skill set, but the work ethic is through the roof. And I'm sure a lot of managers across the league will tell you that about their staffs, but I absolutely love my guys. What they do from a prep standpoint is unreal. You look at Brownie and his group, and the level of detail and attention to everything, the intentionality behind all of it is awesome, and they communicate really well. On the other side of it, Dusty and his group on the pitching side, you look at what we have in the rotation and the pen and the way it's worked out up to this point, man. I feel like we're doing a really nice job of continuing to grow these guys every day and close the gap between where they're at right now and what that ceiling really is for them and what's possible for them. So, and then you throw in my guys in Descalzo and the guys on the bases and John Jay, and I mean, it's a heck of a lot of fun, man. The attention to detail on the bases. You look at what we've done defensively with Stubby and Jay, and then on the bases with Pop. It's a well-rounded staff, and it's leading to players that are playing the game the right way, playing the game hard, but with a lot of attention to detail.
Yeah, you can tell that dynamic group has really helped development, even at the big league level with young players. Speaking of development, just obviously we both have a lot of respect for John Mozeliak and what he did for this organization. But if you could speak to some of the differences or maybe some of the conversations with Chaim Bloom and how things may be different.
Yeah, man, it's been good. And I think what's helped too, Xavier, is the relationship and the trust that was able to build over a 2-year period before he took the seat, when he was in his role before taking over for Mo. So that's been incredibly helpful. But I think one of the biggest differences is the added manpower, not only at the minor league level, but even at the big league level. And the combination of that and technology has helped. Bolstering some of the different departments. So we added 2 staff members to our crew as well, and that's been a game changer for us in just advancing the opposition and making sure that we have everything checked off before a game starts. So what I will say is he does a really nice job of everything I just described, but he also does a nice job just understanding people, man, and caring about his people on the field. And that's not a difference to what Mo did at all. Mo did that really, really well. But the combination of those things has been a positive for us for sure.
All right. We know you got to get going. You're starting your day bright and early, but I do want to ask year 5 for you. How much fun are you having this year?
Yeah, I'm having a blast. The personality of this club, they're just overall grit. They don't care about who's across the way. They understand what the season's about, and their expectations are much higher internally than anything that's been put on us from the outside. So I'm loving just the overall feel of this group and how they go about it. It fits my personality really well, and I'm having an absolute blast with the players, with the staff. It's been a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah, you haven't had to be thrown out as much.
Man,
I noticed that.
That ABS is a beautiful thing.
Hey, last quick one for me. Who is Riley O'Brien, and could you have hit him back in the day?
No chance. I couldn't hit when they were throwing 90. These dudes are throwing like 200 miles an hour. No chance. His stuff is it's real, man. It's an uncomfortable at bat, and he continues to just gain more and more confidence in that closer role. I love where he's at mentally, man. He's put in a lot of work physically and mentally, but this dude is it's the real deal.
The real deal. It's been a blast to watch. Oli, thank you so much this morning. Go enjoy your day.
You got it. Absolutely. Good talking to y'all.
Get a lift in. You looking a little soft in the jersey lately. Go get a lift in real quick.
I regret coming on here with you, man.
Oh my gosh. That's great. I can't wait to go to work today. It's going to be a blast. Oli Marmol, the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, giving us some time this morning. When we come back, we're going to wrap up with the morning matchup. We're going to pick the hottest hitter today. Come back and hang with us for a few more moments.